Alright Tim, here's an introduction to your new robotic welding lathe. I'm going to walk you around the machine real quick. But here's your tailstock. It'll need tooling built for your part, the cup. Here's the chuck that you guys sent. And then here's the sensor that we added right there as a proximity switch to detect if the steady rest is in there. Now if you look on the floor there, you'll see it in the machine in a bit. I have that steady rest there that just was manually built by us real quick to set a part on, which I'll show you when the robot welds. And then your robot in the background, we put a spool mount in the back because one of your guys told us that you guys use the spools, but we can also put a drum outside or whatever's needed to make it go through the wall. There is a door in the back, interlocked. I'll take you around back and I'll show you that open. And then here's your auto door, your curtain. You'll see it when the machine runs, but it'll go up to seal off the whole machine during welding for arc flash. PLC for the operator panel here. Some different screens you're going to see. Main menu screen here. You got your control screen, status screen, program number selection, and configuration. So your main control screen here gives you a few options. Turn the weld on and off if you just need to program the robot. Manual or automatic mode. If you do want to just bring the arc curtain up, you can, so you can see that working there. Lower that back down here. Sorry, I hit this button and wasn't looking. If you need to inch the wire forward and reverse on the robot to feed a new spool of wire in, purge the gas before you weld, or release the door interlock for any reason in the back if you need to get into the cell. Alright, back to the main menu. Your status screen. This is if it's not running. This is a little bit about why. Right now we have a steady rest not present on. That's the new sensor we added for you. We need to have it's a proximity switch, so that's got to be met. We're going to have to adjust that a little bit. Door's got to be closed. Right now the interlock is in. When the robot is faulted, it needs to be reset and ready to go. And we also have program 1 selected. In your main program screen, we have 5 programs reserved for special programming for if you need to bring the robot to home to work on it or a maintenance position. There's a torch check sequence that you're going to learn about when the 2 guys that go to the class. There's a speed test for rotational speed to make sure you like how fast it's going to be welding. And then there's your programs. With the pump that we're given, we weld the headstock side, or the tailstock side, or both sides with 3 separate programs. And then we can have as many as you want. Here's your part diameter, your speed, weld time, current program number. If you want to rename the program, you can. That would rename it over here. If you want to select a different program, we're going to touch here. Now we're going to go to program 8. Program 8 selected. Main menu. Go back to the control screen. Alright, it's pretty basic. You got 2 palm buttons on the side here and here. That'll start the robot. Curtain will go up first and fully close before the robot starts. Here's an unclamp for your tailstock. Alright, hold button for the robot. Reset button to fault reset the robot. Just a pretty simple control. Here's your robot teach pennant. Standard FANUC teach pennant. You'll learn a lot about this in the 3-day class. The 2 guys that we end up going there, but we can show you a little bit about it in the shop too. This select button here will bring up the program screen. Here's the programs that we have written so far. I'm going to have to explain to you what they mean, but here's your headstock program, your tailstock program, here's your weld 2 sides program, and we can go through what all the other stuff means when we get down to your shop, and if you guys hire us to do a retrofit of it or make it work for another part or what we're going to do there. Here's your main cabinet for the robot. Here's your power supply for welding. Our panel for the PLC. Back of the machine is pretty simple. Again, just one access interlock door there. We did a little chain hanging on the end. That's just for where we put our tank right now to weld with when we do the sample. Alright, that's pretty much what I got for you. I'm going to get the steady rest put in place, and then I'll start again and we'll get a sample welded up. It looks like I got to get a tank of gas on it also. Alright, we got our manual fixture sitting in place here with a pump assembled on top of it, clamped into the headstock, just manual clamp with the little wrench there. And then this proc switch is not met because we don't have the steady rest, so it's just here. So right now we can clamp the part. Go ahead and clamp the part. And it's going to stop right there and nothing's going to happen. So we're going to manually, I'm going to remove the steady rest. Alright, so Dave manually removed the steady rest, so now it's hanging there and the feet are timed to each other. But the proc switch, again, it's not met. So we're going to try and hit the start here. Go ahead, Dave, try and hit the start. Nothing's going to happen because of that steady rest. Of that proc switch. So we're going to take a little piece of metal. Give me that ruler here. I'm going to lay it on top. Put that ruler on there just to make sure it's met so we can start welding here. I'm going to cover it up with the weld splatter. Alright, so now that we just got gas hooked up here, we're just going to purge a little bit of gas. And then we're going to get ready for auto mode. To get the robot ready for auto mode, there's a key here for programming and automatic mode. So we're going to turn the key to auto mode. Alright, we're going to come over to the teach pen and it has that same key on top here. We're going to have to turn that from the on position to the off position. Alright, clamped in place, feet are level to the ground. Robot's in automatic mode here. Robot's in off here. If you just hit a button, you can always, the screen will come back on. We got a fault on top, you can see for the fence open. That's just because this curtain's down. The curtain has to be up or the robot will be faulted because there's nothing else protecting the operator from the robot. So I'm going to walk around back and Dave's going to run our program number 8, which is the actual robot welding both sides of the part. So I'm going to stand here for you. I'm going to see the part index around. Side done, we'll go over to the other, start again on the bottom. Robot's done. Part went back to home if you didn't see that, so that the feet are back down as if a steady rest would come up. Right, tailstock's retracted and the part's just hanging there because it's welded, but otherwise the steady rest would come up and hold it now. So that's your machine. Here's what our finished weld looks like right now. Back side, front side, and again the feet are back to parallel with the ground. Let us know if you got any questions and I'll make you another video.